Hey everyone! Welcome back to Posh Divulge. Today, we're going to get real. Like, really real. Let's talk about failure and heartbreak. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm here to tell you the raw, unfiltered truth. You're going to fail. You're going to get hurt. But that's where your power lives. Those moments of absolute rock bottom, that's where the real transformation happens. And if you can stare down that pain and let it fuel you, there is nothing that can stop you. Let's be honest. Failure hurts. It's humiliating. But here's the thing. Failure isn't what destroys you. Quitting is what destroys you. Look at J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. She was a single mom, barely scraping by on welfare, and every single publisher rejected her book. She didn't have a penny to her name. People probably told her, just give up. Get a real job. Who are you to think you can be a writer? But she didn't quit. She built one of the most successful book series in history. And let me tell you about Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She wasn't born with a silver spoon. She was selling fax machines door to door for 7 years, hearing no after no after no. That's brutal. But she didn't stop. She failed, she got rejected, and she kept coming back. She believed in her vision, even when no one else did. Today, she's a billionaire. She took failure and rejection and turned it into pure fire. Now, let's talk heartbreak. We've all been there, crushed, betrayed, devastated. Heartbreak rips your world apart, and it feels like you're not going to survive it. But you will. Look at Oprah. She had a rough childhood, abuse, heartbreak, and failures early on. She was told she wasn't good enough, that she'd never make it on TV. Can you imagine if she'd listened to that? If she had let heartbreak define her? No way. Oprah took that pain and used it. She built herself up from nothing and became one of the most influential women in the world. She didn't let heartbreak hold her down. She let it push her up. This is where it gets real. If you're sitting in your failure, in your heartbreak, and you're feeling sorry for yourself, then let's cut the excuses. Pain is a signal. It's trying to tell you something. When things fall apart, that's your moment to see what's real. Heartbreak and failure tear down the lies we tell ourselves. The truth comes out, and you have to face who you are. You don't get stronger by avoiding pain. You get stronger by facing it head-on. It's easy to say, I'm too old, or I don't have the money, or I wasn't born into the right circumstances. I'll tell you something. No one who's made it has had it easy. Every single successful woman out there, Oprah, J.K. Rowling, Sara Blakely, they've all faced brutal rejection, personal pain, and financial hardship. The difference? They used it. They turned that pain into fuel. So, how do you turn pain into power? You make a choice. You either sit there and let it crush you, or you decide to do something with it. Failure and heartbreak aren't signs that you're done. They're signs that you're just getting started. You think about how much time we spend hiding from pain, trying to numb it, but the second you face it, you take back control. Michelle Obama has talked about how she struggled with self-doubt when Barack was in politics, how lonely and lost she felt. She didn't have a map, she just kept moving forward even when it felt impossible. And she turned that experience into a platform that inspires millions. She didn't let pain hold her back, she let it elevate her. Here's what I want you to realize. Every time you push through failure or heartbreak, you're writing a story that someone else needs to hear. There's some girl out there who needs to know she can survive her pain, just like you. We get so focused on what we lose that we don't see what we're building. And sometimes, you're building a legacy out of those scars. Look at Viola Davis. She grew up in poverty, faced racism, and dealt with trauma. But she clawed her way up. And now she's one of the most respected actresses in the world. She didn't hide from her story. She used it to empower herself and everyone around her. That's what power looks like. Taking the hard stuff and using it to lift yourself and others. I'm not here to tell you it's easy, because it's not. Heartbreak and failure will break you open. But that's where the gold is. When you face those dark, brutal moments, you find out what you're really made of. And if you can tap into that, nothing can stop you. You have two choices. You can let failure and heartbreak make you bitter, or you can let them make you better. But that choice is on you. Remember, pain is fuel. Pain is power. Use it. And when you come out the other side, you'll realize that the things that tried to destroy you only made you stronger. If this kind of content resonates with you, please subscribe, comment, and share it with your loved ones. See you next week!